Hey guys, MJB here. So glad you've tuned in to the very first episode of my crypto news. I know that many of you are super busy out there, can't stay on top of things, can't track the news, can't follow what's going on in whatever crypto projects you're following or what are the important things are going on in the world. And so I thought it'd be nice if I put out a video every day or two, every couple of days that provides pertinent information of the things that I feel are most important that you would want to know about. So that's why I'm going to be doing this. And if I gain some traction and my following grows and people do enjoy this and it's helpful and useful, I'll continue to do it. So certainly hit the like, that's the thumbs up, and that subscribe, because again, by doing that, it lets YouTube know that people are interested in my content. My channel will continue to grow. We want to get the word out to others. You know that I'm here to help, provide info, strategy, news, things like that I think will certainly help you. This is not financial advice. It's just me sharing my opinions. Do your own research. Today is Thursday, October 6th. Here we go. First, I think the big one is the Ripple lawsuit with against the SEC. And this case is winding down. I'm not going to spell it all out, but the bottom line is XRP considered a security or not? And this is a big one, because if Ripple wins this case, first of all, that means that the bank, see, Ripple is ISO 222 compliant, and so are several other cryptos. And so if Ripple wins this case, then the banks will be able to use the ISO 222 compliant tokens for their bank payment systems. And that's super important. So first of all, if Ripple wins the case, the price of XRP is going to moon. So right there, I've got my bags packed. The price is beaten down right now. I'm hoping that they win the case. But if they win the case, you're going to want to be holding Quant, IOTA, Algo, Stellar, XRP, which is the one we're talking about. I mean, you're going to want those, at least some exposure to those, because again, if XRP, if Ripple wins this case, all of those ISO 222s are going to really, really be in high demand. Again, because of the banks being able to use them because they're going to be compliant. Keep that in mind. Pulsechain. Who the hell knows when Pulsechain's going to launch? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just as, not frustrated, but just, I'm getting impatient. I want it to launch. But I do know that Richard Heart did say that some type of notice will be issued, meaning they will say something like it's going to be a certain Ethereum block number. So some type of notice will be put out where people are going to be able to estimate when the snapshot, when the copy is going to go and take place. What I want to remind you is to make sure that you've got all of your ERC20s tokens in your MetaMask, because if you have them on an exchange such as Coinbase, meaning you don't own the seed phrases, they're really not your tokens, they're theirs, because they might be lending them out or doing whatever they want with them. But if you have them in your own MetaMask, they're not being lent out. You have total control of them. So what I'm getting at is when this snapshot takes place and you then get a copy on Pulsechain, you will get copies if you have them in your MetaMask. But if you don't, if you hold Chainlink or Shiba Inu on Coinbase, you're not getting your copy. Good luck getting your copy from Coinbase, because you're not going to get your Pulsechain copy. So if you have those, for example, transfer them to your MetaMask now, because you want them in your MetaMask so you get your copy onto Pulsechain that you can then sell, coddle, hold, covet, whatever. But don't get shortchanged. Make sure you get your ERC20s into your MetaMask ASAP so you can get your copies. Right now, currently, the Dubai Crypto Expo is going on. And that's a big one because I saw that there was a ton of sponsors. I'm talking over 60 or 70, and I have no idea what the right number is, but I just think it's a big deal. There's a lot of prominent people there. I know that Safuu right now, Safuu is one of the premier sponsors. Safuu is going to be having their sacrifice for Safuu X later on this month on October 20th. Safuu is going to be turning into a blockchain, and it's then going to be called Safuu X. Enter safuux.com if you'd like to research it further. Bottom line is that sacrifice is going to be October 20th. I think it's kind of a big one because, again, it's going to be a brand new blockchain. There's a lot of traction. They've got a pretty big following. There's a lot of things involved, a lot of moving parts. It could be a good one to get involved in. Do your own research. But again, that's coming up. Um, you've got the Animal Farm launching on, or relaunching, unpausing, on October 18th, and that's coming up pretty soon. And I'm mentioning that because this is going to be huge. This is going to be the biggest thing in DeFi. There's lots of marketing ongoing now involving YouTubers, TikTok people, big Twitter people that have huge following. I'm talking millions of followers that follow these guys and girls. And there's huge amounts of marketing going on for Animal Farm. And basically, and Animal Farm is related to Drip, and I'll talk about that in a second. But the bottom line is that when this relaunch occurs, you'll be able to farm different types of liquidity pairs in the applicable farms on the Animal Farm, meaning you could pair up Drip with BUSD. You could do, there's a whole bunch of different pairs, and you have to go to animalfarm.app if you'd like to take a look at all the different farms that are available. But the yield is going to be fantastic. You could basically do liquidity pairs, which is more risky, but you're going to get great yield. And you can also do single-sided staking, where you can just stake just your BNB, or stake just your Bitcoin, or stake just your BUSD and earn fantastic yield. And that's a whole lot less risky than doing the liquidity pairs in a farm, as opposed to doing a single-sided stake in a pool. So obviously do your own research, but it's something you may certainly want to look into, animalfarm.app. The yield is going to be fantastic. This thing's relaunching on the 18th. There's tons of advertising going out. There's basically what we'll say is a pre-sale for pigs, and pigs is going to be the predominant token in the Animal Farm because it represents your ownership in the farm. You earn a percentage of all the fees generated on the site in the ecosystem, and you will get your share of all those fees if you have your pigs tokens staked. So again, do your own research, check out the site. I mention it because I'm big into Drip, and one of the biggest farms is going to be this Drip BUSD liquidity pair. It's going to be huge because that earns you pigs. And I just explained that pigs are huge because it's your share of the entire system. But so when this Drip BUSD is paired together and staked and farmed in the system and staked in the system, that's going to increase the liquidity pool. I'm not sure what the liquidity pool is right now, but it's going to pump it way up. And that is going to pump up the price of Drip. I love Drip. I've got a nice little faucet going. Look at my prior video about Drip if you'd like to learn about Drip. I give a good little explanatory on how to get involved. But bottom line, whether you do or don't, do your own research, it's up to you. But I'm telling you that the price of Drip is going to really, really rock and roll here coming up, approaching the 18th and or on or just after the 18th as these pools get filled up and the liquidity is really pumped up. So beware. I'm going to mention, I've already talked about pulsechain. We don't know when it's going to launch, but I wanted to point out that one of the sacrifices that I did was for PulsePot. It's a project that I'm in, I really, really like, but I'm just mentioning it because PulsePot did something that was the first, or at least I haven't seen anybody else do it. And I don't know why they did it. I'm not sure if it was because they've been becoming impatient or frustrated with pulsechain not launching, but PulsePot decided to launch BNB Pot on Binance Smart Chain. And I mentioned that, and the launch has been rather successful. I'm really excited for it. I have a nice little bag. I'm pretty pumped. And I'm mentioning it because what if others follow? There's a whole bunch of projects that are going to be built on pulsechain, a lot that I even sacrificed for. But what if they decide that they would like to launch on Binance Smart Chain instead of, or in addition to, pulsechain? That could be happening. And if you're out there and you're not following these things and don't know or don't track them, you may not even know. You could have sacrificed for PulsePot and not even know right now, this very minute, until you just watched me right now, that you've got tokens waiting for you on Binance Smart Chain. Watch my video explaining how to retrieve your BNB pot tokens on Binance Smart Chain if you sacrifice for PulsePot. But I'm also mentioning this, the fact that others may launch, and you might not know if they do. I'm mentioning it because watch my video on how to obtain notifications of wallet activity. I think it's the video of how to add Binance Smart Chain to your MetaMask and how to obtain wallet notifications. It's that video, maybe a couple back. Basically, I explain how to create notifications of wallet activity, meaning anytime there's an airdrop in your wallet, anytime you've earned rewards, anytime somebody's transferred you tokens, any type of activity you would want to know about. So watch that video. I'm mentioning it because, again, what if others that you may have sacrificed for decide to launch in other chains and you're not following it, and those tokens hit your wallet on other chains? You might not know about it. So watch my prior video on how to add how to create notifications for activity in your wallet. It's the one that I think I titled how to add Binance Smart Chain. It's in that video. Dogecoin, I don't want to get into it. It's a silly meme coin. It's got a huge following though, so I'm not going to bag on it. But with Elon Musk now going through with this Twitter purchase, that could pump Dogecoin because he's deeply intermingled somehow with Dogecoin, and he always seems to pump it and back it and stay involved one way or another. I'm just mentioning it. Do your own research. I'm just bringing it up that Dogecoin could be pumping sooner rather than later because of Elon Musk being involved. Let's see here. Hedron. Hedron is one of the things that was built on top of Hex. I'm big into Hex, but I'm mentioning this because on November 13th, you want to have your Hedron staked. Because on November 13th, that's when all of the defaulted HSI stakes, it's when they go up for auction. So I'm not going to explain it thoroughly, but bottom line is that there's going to be a bunch of Hex stakes that were sacrificed for Icosa, and or just a bunch of Hex stakes that were put up to be, and they borrowed Hedron against. Okay, so because you could borrow Hedron against a Hex stake, and then if you miss your payments for any reason, they then go into default. So there's several reasons why these Hex stakes could go into default. Bottom line is that these defaulted stakes are going to be going up for auction. A bunch of them. There's like over 3,000, maybe even over 4,000 of them that are going to be going up for auction starting November 13th. So you want to have your Hedron staked, and any Icosa that you own also staked on the site, because the rewards are going to be humongous. It's going to be like a big payday. The rewards are going to be humongous because you bid for these defaulted stakes through the auction with your Hedron. And when the winning bid is successful, the Hedron is burned. So there's going to be a bunch of Hedron burned, and that's going to intensify the yield that you get for staking Hedron and Icosa. Hopefully I've explained it. I've not dug into it too deep, but hopefully you understand. Bottom line is you want to have your Hedron and or Icosa staked before November 13th so that you don't miss out on this big Hedron Icosa payday that's going to be happening for the days soon to follow that. Let's see here. This Saturday, October 8th, is going to be the day that you could mint your free Xen, Xen. If you'd like to do your own research, go to xen.network, xen.network. Bottom line is it's a proof of participation concept. You could certainly read about it if you go to the xen.network site. Let me see here. There's no cost to you. It's free. It's a free mint of this brand new concept coming out. The only cost to you is the cost for your ETH gas to do the transaction. And this is also going to be potentially launching on other chains soon after this Saturday. So do your own research. I'm going to definitely participate. It's free, other than the ETH gas that I'll be incurring. Again, Zen.network this Saturday. Take a look at it. It's something that's something that you might prosper from. What else here? That's really about it. GilderFi, I'm not sure if any of you are in GilderFi, but you might have noticed, again, if you had the notification set to your wallet, you would have been notified that they issued a 1 for every 5 bonus of the N1 token. And it was basically their way of saying that they're sorry for having not launched sooner. They're still getting all their everything aligned and trying to cross all their T's and dotted their I's and getting everything ready for the launch, for their launch coming up. And so it was their way for apologizing for any delays. So again, you may have more N1s than you thought because of that recent airdrop that you may have got. Other than that, those are some of the things I just wanted to hit on right now. I wanted to keep this at about 15 minutes. Again, like and subscribe. If I have any kind of a following or gain some traction, again, I like to do these updates every couple of days to keep everybody posted and informed. Leave comments below. That certainly helps too. Thanks for being involved. Thanks for following me. Until the next one.